Hello and welcome to Stand Up Diaries, entry 86. And this one's called Don't Forget Who You Are. And I've written just a few things of kind of the type of person I am, you know, comic, aunt, woman, person, you know, volunteer, gamer, Canadian, you know, sister, caregiver, producer. I'm a whole whackload of things. And sometimes if I only focus on the fact that I'm a comic, I think that it kind of puts me in like a pigeonhole or something like that. I don't even know if pigeonhole's the right word, but I sometimes forget about all the other different aspects of my life. And I think that, you know, to be a relatable comic, you kind of have to remember that you're a person. Like, remember who you are. Remember what brought you to this point. Remember the friends that you have, the family that you have, the things that you do that you enjoy, some of the hobbies that you had. I, you know, have very tunnel vision in the fact that I love doing comedy and I want to be a stand-up comedian as a profession, but I just want to also be a stand-up comedian that you can relate to when they get up on stage, that I'm a funny person, but that I am a person. You know, I'm someone that lives life, that enjoys life, that partakes in things that, you know, everyone else does, goes out and sees movies from time to time, you know, plays a video game, plays a board game, sees their friend, sees their nieces or nephews, that sort of thing, has a family. You know, Bill Cosby had a family and things like that, and so did George Carlin. There's a lot of great people that still did, and I think what made me kind of think of that is that I'm reading this book, you know, Comic Insights, The Art of Stand-Up Comedy, and it does interviews with some of the different comedians that exist. And one particular comedian, they've been on the road for 19 years, just hustling, no real time for a family life or a personal life. And they say, well, my socialization is socializing with strangers. That's who I socialize with. And not that that's a bad thing, but in reading all the different types of comedians that exist, I realized that I want to be one of the comedians that doesn't only focus on being on tour endlessly, because I don't think that would be very fulfilling. And in reading the different interviews with the different people, someone like Louis Anderson, he said that he hated being on tour and doesn't really tour anymore, and that it was a very lonely time, and that you enjoy 1 hour, but the other 23 hours of the day you just are realizing that you're not home. So I think that's kind of cool to like remember who you are, so that when you're building your foundation for your career, that it heads in the right direction and you don't end up building towards something that you eventually don't want. But anyways, this has been your next edition of Stand Up Diaries. I have been Michelle Christine.